Hey there, I'm Jed Hearn, author of Time Management for Architecture Students, and in this video we'll be looking at 7 easy steps to prepare for a fantastic semester of architecture. So once semester starts, the rubber hits the road, and as an architecture student it's easy to find yourself scrambling, disorganized, and stressed. The good news is, it doesn't have to be that way. Based on my experience as an architecture student, I found there are 7 steps you can do before semester starts to make your life easier down the road. Now, none of these steps are compulsory, but they will save you hours once university starts, and I found that to be very handy. So let's go. Step number 1, print key documents. So these are things like your unit outlines, the briefs for your assignments, and other key pieces of information. And the reason why this is useful to do before semester starts, I would recommend doing this the week before semester starts, is because not knowing your due dates for your assignments causes stress. Knowing your due dates eliminates this stress. Well, most of it at least. So before semester, I make sure to read all my key documents, and also this lets you email tutors for clarification if there's things in the brief that don't make sense. It's good to do this early. If you wait until the second week of class, you're already behind. Step number 2, buy supplies. Us architecture students go through tons of modeling card, pens, notebooks, and other materials. And it's a pain to restock your cardboard the night before an assignment's due. It's much better to set yourself up with everything you need before semester begins, especially if you know that you're going to need some unusual supplies in semester. So for example, for one assignment, we had to order so much magic sand for our model that we disrupted Australia's entire supply. They had to ship boxes over from other capital cities to Perth, where our university is, because our year group had ordered so much and it permanently disrupted magic sand supplies in Australia. Crazy story. Number 3, organize groups. If there's one tactic you should steal from this video, it should be this. Getting stuck in a crappy group can result in a crappy semester. Just take time before semester begins to organize groups if you know there's going to be group assignments, and trust me, it's going to pay off. If you're new and you don't know anyone to team up with your group assignments, here's a hack. Arrive at the first information session, or first class if you don't have an information session, 20 minutes early. Then, talk to other architecture students. Now this is super effective, because you'll be chatting with people who are dedicated enough to get there with plenty of time. Thus, they're more likely to be high-achieving students. So hopefully they'll make better group members than people who don't show up early. It's just common sense, right? And a good group really creates a great semester. Invest in forming a strong group early, and it's going to pay you off for weeks to come. Step number 4, halfway through this video, make a resource library. So searching Google to find the perfect person to copy and paste into your beautiful render of your building takes time. It's a waste of time, because this is time that you could have saved by compiling a resource library earlier. When I did internships at B&H Architects and Van Elst Newen & Partners, they had these great shared folders on their internal computer cloud storage systems, and these folders had cut out people, trees, and other objects that could be easily dropped into a render, section, or elevation. It made visualization a breeze. And again, making a resource library, it's an investment. But if you're an architecture student, it's a one-off contribution of time to build it that's going to pay you back for years. So start it early. The sooner you start, the more useful this is going to be for you. Step number 5, make a study timetable. Now, before we get into this, you might be wondering why I put a turtle here. Don't worry. It's going to make a ton of sense in a moment once I get through this. Now, when I say the word study timetable, I can see some of you creative types rolling your eyes right now and saying, "But Jed, I'm an architecture student. I'm a creative person. Routines restrict my creative juices and I want to stay juicy, so I won't make a routine." Nuh-uh. Well, I can tell you right now, based on my personal experience, timetables don't do that. Routines actually let you be more creative, as weird as that sounds. How do they do this? Well, by setting you up to amplify your creative energy, timetables let you be more creative. For example, do your best work in the morning. Then make a routine and a study timetable that blocks out your mornings so that you can use this time to do quality, high-impact work. What's more, if you want to avoid all-nighters, which I think we all do, a study timetable is your best friend. And the number one reason people pull all-nighters is because they leave their projects to the last minute. Having a routine makes sure you work consistently. This avoids that destructive, nasty, no good, last minute cramming. So remember, be the tortoise, not the hare. That's why I've got a picture of a tortoise here. Tortoise or turtle, I'm not sure. Told you it would make sense. Step number 6, get required readings. So if you have books that you need to read for the semester, it's a great idea to get those reserved at your library ASAP. If you're like me, I really prefer reading physical books, so reserving books early increases your chances of getting a book before other people borrow them. And for online readings, if your readings are mainly online, it's nice to download them onto your folder, onto your computer before semester starts. And if you batch this by downloading everything at once, it might even save you time later in the semester rather than logging into the system each week, finding the reading, downloading it, etc. Just do it once and it will be quicker. Now, on to the last step here, step number 7 for how to prepare for a fantastic semester of architecture. And it is this. It's pretty simple. Get excited. So it's easy to fall into the trap of dreading semester and being scared about the fact that you're going to have to do a lot of work. And yes, it's going to be hard at times. But see if you can approach the semester with an optimistic mindset. After all, you chose this. You chose to be an architecture student. Focus on the cool things you learn, the challenges you will overcome, and the better you'll be at architecture by the end of semester. Energy flows where focus goes. So if you focus on the benefits of starting a fresh semester and all the cool opportunities ahead of you, you'll enjoy it more. Sounds pretty good to me. Thanks for watching this video. Good luck with your adventures in architecture school, and if you want another resource to help you out, click the link in the description to download my free book, Time Management for Architecture Students. Cheers.